Hello, we are online now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Astro Night Live. Once a month, me and Alejo will organize some interesting topic about astrology. Usually, is suitable for beginner. Alejo,
Sorry.
is that your way to say hello to everyone?
Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen tonight.
Oh, God. I'm having, because it's holiday season, I'm having a little bit of a cider while we are working today.
You should show me so I will get my mood wine up.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, there are few things I want to share with all our friends, all our audiences, especially for those who support us from day one. From day one, it's very important for us. All your support is, encourage us continue doing because, to be honest, with everyone, Alejo and I, we didn't get anything from this, to be honest. But to be honest, we are very happy because we can advertising our course, we can advertising our reading, and it sounds like it's a very good project. Especially look this YouTube page is the viewers, the subscribers is growing up. It's a very interesting. I'm not a YouTuber. We are both professional astrologer, and we both working on astrology and teaching astrology and do the chart reading. So our expectation is not like YouTubers say we achieve certain numbers so we can share money from from YouTube. You can do that. Do you know that?
Maybe we should try it.
Yeah. Already a lot of people say that you have to fight with Marcus Patchett first. Marcus already mentioned that we should try something, but I would say I'm a big sign. So say well, let's do it slowly to see what turns up. But I'm very happy to see our viewers growing up, and we have a lot of followers. Usually, will say hello to us, and we'll also want to share their view, their mind. Especially, I think I have to say special thanks to Alejo because you are one of the important person on this channel. The recording we do the once a week, the 10 minutes astrology, I think is the soul, is the essential of this channel to lead the beginner to learn astrology with a professional astrologer, and also you are in the good they are in the good hand because we are both experienced astrologer and a teacher, so we know how to help them to learn the astrology. So Alejo and I, we are talking about if our subscriber going up to 1,000, we are going to run a event and maybe have some prize to share with everyone. But first, let's see if we can achieve 1,000 because we are still planning. I was thinking about it. I say, well, slow down. Let's see it. If they achieve the 1,000, and we're going to have a very interesting event with everyone, and maybe we will find some prize. So also, Alejo, because I totally forget because we talked about this event maybe 1 month before today's event. And then I totally forget until this week. I text Alejo, say, so do you have time to do a podcast? I say, of course. I say, are we going to do this and that? Alejo say, you forget we are going to do the 12 Holy Night. I was like, holy, yes, I totally forget that. 12 Holy Night. To be honest, I only attend. I heard about 12 Holy Night things. I met Melanie Reinhart, one of my favorite astrologer. She's so kind and she's so wise. And when I founded my school, she was the first astrologer I invited to Taiwan to give it to teach and share her knowledge in Taiwan, Hong Kong. That was her kindness. I would never forget it. And I love her idea of 1249. Although I only attend once, and I like because people you know me, I'm not 100% spiritual, but sometimes this kind of ceremony can touch my heart, and I have a little bit of resonate with the spatial things. So I quite like it when you mentioned about let's share the Melanie Reinhart's 12 Pauline, I say that sounds very interesting, to be honest. because especially this is a ritual. And I think as a Mars in Capricorn, I like ritual.
Ah, you do. Wow, yes.
I like ritual. Also, I do say I'm not very, spirituality to this and that, your energy work or center your light or something. I'm not that type of person. But I think for a Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn person, a ritual is very
To be very
interesting.
good.
There is
Yeah.
a magic like am I allowed to share my experience as I'm a yoga newbie and I know you are a yoga teacher. You are a
Yes,
yoga teacher.
well,
So
yes. Yes.
so while you practice yoga or leading yoga, I noticed a few of my instructor, they were leading you to dedicate your practice to yourself
Mhm.
or to someone in who need help or someone you want to share with. And I feel that is so sweet. And remember, there's one time I posted something about some some people they want to practice yoga as a physical exercise, and they doesn't enjoy all sort of spiritual
Ah,
involved. Remember that, and
yes.
I say I do well. I have different view. I think maybe it's also astrology. So make me think about a spirituality or the opening dedicate things. Or it's I think I discussed with our friend Peter too. I said it is very interesting that Peter say because that is the time you reflect yourself. And I think that is so sweet.
And I
That is
think,
so sweet.
I mean, it depends how you define spiritual, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's no way yoga will not be spiritual because
Mm-hmm.
the positions that you're making were
Mm-hmm.
designed, like in the history of yoga, as far as I know, the
Mm-hmm.
first positions were more designed to punish the body and to kind of do some effort so that the gods will look at you and they will give you some gifts, right? But then
Okay.
when the tantrics arrived, they said, no, it's not to punish the body, it's to open the body up
Uh-huh.
so that the divinity, so that the divine
Uh-huh.
can be embodied in this body. And I
Uh-huh.
love that idea. And
Yeah.
anyway, so my point is that it was designed
Mm.
thinking in spiritual terms. So even if you think you're only working out, in
Mm-hmm.
some level
Mm-hmm.
you're doing, this is my opinion, you're doing something else.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's the same with astrology. Like
Yeah.
astrology, you say like I'm not very spiritual. Like I think astrology cannot be not spiritual because it forces you to participate with the cosmos. And that's my meaning of
Mm-hmm.
spirituality. Of course, it depends how you define
Yeah.
spirituality.
I like another thing is also I learned from Melanie. I want to share this a little tiny secret about my practice with everyone. Oh, I just move it away. In every time when I study my client's chart, and I
Yes.
have a one line. I don't know. Do you do that? I have a
Hmm.
one line. It's Melanie teach me to do that. Say
Yeah.
she also open with that when she analyze a chart. She will write May so and so, his name or her name, their name, enjoy their happiness. That was the first line. And I would draw a Jupiter symbol as a ancient medicine or ancient healing symbol. And I will write, may my client enjoy their happiness. And I start to analyze the chart. With that line open to remind me my responsibility, my job is help my client to enjoy themselves, to be themselves.
Mm.
Is that things you heard about?
I haven't heard about that one. I learned
Okay.
another one from Melanie,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is before the consultation. You
yeah.
look at the rising sign, you look at the planetary ruler of the rising sign, and I
Mm-hmm.
do a little prayer so that ruler for that ruler. So, for instance,
Ah,
if it's I don't know, Virgo rising,
yeah.
I do a little prayer. So I say, Hermes, my intention is to give some valuable information to this person that's going to come to the
That
consultation.
is so
I
sweet.
trust you and that you will help me and that you will intercede. If it's Venus, Venus. If it's Scorpio, I would say Pluto and Mars. Like you
Yeah.
are the guiding deities of this
I
moment.
love this idea too.
Please
Wow.
help me to give this
Mm,
person something valuable. Yes.
yeah, this is a ritual. This is a ritual, and
Yes.
usually it will guiding through the whole process. And it's like a rope, it's like a guide road sign. So like when practice yoga, when my teacher opening with those spirituality and also closing the spirituality, I feel quite interesting. Like they even chanting a close, something closing chanting or something. It's so beautiful, and it end up with like thanks everyone share their products. I say, these these yogi are so cute.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
I
So
think,
yep, that's
I
yeah.
mean, I think it's the power of intention. It helps you concentrate your intention, and that's why things work out because you
Yeah.
focus.
Yeah, like I remember our friend Sonal. Sonal is a very, very good, I have to say. If you like Vedic astrology or that type of astrology, it's a very practical Vedic astrology, give you some charm or chanting
Yes.
or jam or guideline. I'm not that type person. I'm not that type of astrologer, but I respect because that's their practice. And I like when I try to learn Vedic astrology with her, she also when every time she open her class, when she leading her class, it's a chanting, and I love it. I really love it. I may don't understand, don't 100% get Vedic astrology and the essential things, but I enjoy when they chanting that is so beautiful. So
Yeah.
so that's why today when we say we are going to do the 12 holy nights a ritual, I just like I want to experience that again. That would be so fun. Oh,
It's
okay.
great.
We got someone say, greeting fellow FAS. Yeah, FAS, fast.
Hmm.
Faculty of Astrological Study. Yes, I'm also learned from there. Yes. So, Alejo, are we ready? I will let you lead
So,
because, yeah,
yes. So,
okay.
how does it work? So, everything you said about the rituals, I think, are important. So, the ritual will work if you do it, and will work if you put your intention in it, if you put the effort in it. It's not going to be, it's like it's something you have to do. I think that's one of the richest thing about these 12 holy nights is that you are in control. You can do it whenever you want to. You can do it for as long as you want to. So it's a very flexible approach to a ritual. The only thing
Mm-hmm.
that demands is like it's going to be not for 12 days, for 14 days in a row. You're going to have
Okay.
to set apart a little bit of time each
Mm-hmm.
day to do this. You can choose if it's going to be 5 minutes or if it's going to be 3 hours or the whole day. I don't know. Melanie told us that some people actually do like a retirement. They go for the whole 14 days. They go away. So you can choose how to do it. It depends on your daily life, on what you want, also on what you're willing to do. Also sometimes
Mm-hmm.
what you're willing to commit, what you feel you're capable for. Some people can be meditating for hours. Some people will meditate for 5 minutes and they will start getting distracted. So it's also good to know your own boundaries and limits, like how far am I going to enjoy this actually. But it's very flexible. It will adapt to what you can do, what you want to. So what you want to do. So I think it's very good in that sense that you will be able to do it. So what is the idea? The
Mm-hmm.
idea is that you're going to be meditating on a sign each day. So by
Mm-hmm.
the end of the 14 days, you're going to have gone through all of the signs, and hopefully you're going to be getting some kind of insight or idea.
Mm-hmm.
So the first day is like, the 12 holy nights are in the middle. So you have one extra day before and you have one extra day afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first day, it's the preparation day. So
Mm-hmm.
here it's like when you're going to start thinking, what are you going to do? When are you going to do it? Ideally, you will block the same amount of time for every day that you're going to do it. And ideally, you're going to make it at the same time every day. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe you want to program this in advance. Of course, this is very flexible. You should change it if you feel like, if on the third day you feel like, no, doing this in the morning doesn't suit me, I prefer to do it in the afternoon, then you should allow yourself to change this as you go along. But on the first day, what you're going to do is to program what you want to do, what you're going to do. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
think about how do you want to approach each sign. So Melanie was saying what you could do is, so I'm keep saying Melanie because Melanie Also, I also learned this from Melanie, not only
Yeah.
you. I think we all learned from her, the astrology priestess. Um, so basically, the first day it's the organization day. So you're going to start thinking, okay, how am I going to meditate on these signs? Some people will want to print, like there are these images of the zodiac, like a very beautiful that you can find on the internet. They are called melothesic figures. So you can look for these images. You can look for maybe the signs of the zodiac simply, and you want to print them so you already have them. You can use maybe tarot cards. Maybe you relate, we have 22 arcana, but maybe from those 22 major arcana, I should say, but maybe from those 22, there are 12 that you identify very clearly with each sign of the zodiac. So you could choose those 12 cards. So you need to see how you're going to do it. Also, some people, what Melanie was saying is some people will choose to represent the zodiac with their body. So maybe you will start thinking like, okay, I want to do an embodied experience. So I'm going to choose positions that I can do with my body to represent the zodiac sign or to represent the zodiac symbol maybe. You can also do it like instead of you could draw them yourselves, and you can also maybe think about correspondences. So maybe you want to have a candle, 12 candles, one for each sign. Maybe you want to have 12 different kind of incense, one for each sign. So like this is very personal. You need to find your language to approach the 12 signs and which one makes more sense to you and which one you can actually afford money-wise and also time-wise. So you don't have to go complicated. You don't need to have a candle and an incense and an image and this and that. Maybe for you it's just you will just draw the symbol on a paper, on a piece of paper, and that's good enough. Maybe you will just imagine the symbol in your head. I mean, you have to figure out how you want to do it. And this is the first day. It's like preparation day. So you're going to start thinking about this. What time of the day you're going to think you're going to do it, for how long. Maybe you want to choose tracks. Some people will do like meditation through music. So maybe you want to choose 12 tracks that you feel that each track will represent one zodiac sign. You need to find it's important that you make it personal. So you need to find your own. And again, don't go for complicated. I mean, if you're trying to design it and it's becoming too complex, then it's not working. Go for the simple, go for the things that come easily to you. Because if it's hard to connect with it, then that's not the path. The path is like the simplest. And so on the first day, you're going to do this. Also on the first day, you're going to prepare material because you want to make sure that whatever image you get, whatever idea you get, whatever feeling you get, it's going to be manifested, it's going to be grounded, it's going to be somehow expressed in the real, I mean, not that the other world is not real, but in the objective reality, like in the physical reality, right? When we have insights and visions, because they're coming from the unconscious, quite often they might be very powerful, but maybe a few days later we will forget about them. So it's important to manifest them. So you want to prepare also maybe a notebook if you're more like a writing person. I would advise to prepare like white sheets of paper and colors, crayon colors, so you can draw. I think that's very clever because it's not so mental as writing. You can use, some people like to use clay. So you could maybe gather clay and you're going to use clay. So you have to choose again how you're going to represent. You need to have a physical manifestation or expression of whatever happens to you through this period. So you need to have something to make sure that it's going to be manifested. So you can go back to it during 2023. You need to make sure that in the middle of August of 2023, you're going to be able to go back to something that will remind you what you have experienced. So that's why we need to some material. So this is all on the 24th. This is the first day. So it's like preparation day. Yes?
Yeah.
On the 25th, the ritual itself starts. I mean, the ritual starts on the 24th, I would say, with the preparation. But on the 25th is when you start with the meditations. So basically, what are you going to do? We're going to go through the 12 signs. And what Melanie said, which is beautiful, I think, is we start in Capricorn, not in Aries, because we're in Capricorn season.
Yes.
And because the sun, you know, is like starting to gather its energy back in the Capricorn season, where lasers start getting longer.
Yeah.
So we start with Capricorn. And this means that we're going to end, this reminds me very much what you mentioned, Rod. This means that we're going to end with Sagittarius. So we're going to end with Jupiter.
Jupiter, yeah.
Yes. So it reminds me what you said about writing, about this, may this person have a happy life and these kind of things. What is it that you're going to do? You're going to choose the space. Supposedly on the 24th, you chose the space that you're going to use. It could be your living room. I mean, you don't have to have a special place. But try to find a place in which you know that for the moment that you're going to be working on the ritual, you're not going to be, nobody's going to disturb you or interrupt you. You're going to be fully concentrated on that. Mobiles off, of course, these kinds of things off. And first of all, you kind of consecrate this space. So you have to find a way of creating like a spiritual boundary around you to feel like you are protected, that this space is special. You're going to enter into a time and a place that's non-ordinary. So you need to have like a special opening. So some people will, you know, like in some traditions, they will call like guardians for each point of the like north, east, west, and all of that.
Yeah, cardinal point, yes.
Cardinal points, yes. What Melanie said, for instance, that she encouraged us to do is to imagine the zodiac around us. To imagine that the zodiac is around us and is protecting us. It's creating a circle of protection. I think it's beautiful also, yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful, yes.
Yes. So first you do this, kind of to focus, to summon the energy at the present moment. And then you start the meditation on the sign, and you start with Capricorn. So you could have a card again, you could have a music, you could have a candle, whatever you prepared. You do it, you put it on, and you close your eyes. First of all, you breathe, you know, to probably you have been doing this already. If you have been imagining the circle, you've closed your eyes, you've been imagining the circle, and when the circle is ready, maybe if you have a candle, you light the candle. Maybe you will open the eyes and look at the tarot card or whatever you had. You will look for it and you will meditate on it. At some point, you might feel like you need to close your eyes. Do it if you need to. Some people, what will do is to close their eyes and to see, you know, in their mind, the front of them of their head, to see the symbol of the sign. And just, you know, you need to concentrate on one element. This is how meditation works. You need to choose one element. If you think, I want to empty my mind, it's never going to work. So you choose one element to concentrate on, you put it on the front of your head, and you just breathe in and breathe out, seeing that on the front of your head. And it's going to start bringing images, emotions, ideas. Maybe nothing happens. If nothing happens, that's fine. Just stay there. And then, after you feel like you have summoned the energy of the sign, what you're going to do is to think on the first day, so on 25th, you're going to think of January 2022. And you're going to think, you're going to go back to January 2022, and you're going to try to reflect how it felt. What did you do? What didn't you do? What you liked about it? What you didn't like about it? What did you enjoy about it? What didn't you enjoy about it? What was good? What was bad? You're going to start reflecting on January 22. And when you finish that, allow yourself maybe, well, depends on how much time you have, but just allow yourself to stay there and see what comes up to you when you think of January 22. You will go and project, what would you like for January 2023? What would you like it to be? What do you think you might need to do in order for January 2023 to be like that? What wouldn't you like it to be? Like, what do you expect? And these kinds of things. After you've done all of that, you write it down, notebook, or you draw your visions or something. But make sure you write it. You have a written material, and then you open the circle in whichever way you want. Like you feel like the zodiac now fades away, or if you open calling the cardinal points, then you say goodbye to them and all of that. So then you go day by day. So the first, so 24th is preparation, 25th is Capricorn, and then you continue each day with each sign. So then it's going to come Aquarius, and Pisces, and then Aries, and all of that, right? And on each day, you first meditate on the sign, and then you go back to the month. So for Capricorn, you started in January. For Aquarius, you're going to reflect on February 2022, and then project February 2023. For March, you're going to think, for the third day, you're going to think in Pisces, and you're going to reflect on March 2022 and project to March 2023, and so on. Until you're going to do all of the 12 days. You're going to end on the 5th of January with the 12 days. And the 6th of January, which is Epiphany's night, is the night of the last day. It's like you have a preparation day, the 12 holy nights, and then the last day, which is the farewell, the goodbye, in which basically you're going to sit and you're going to look at all of your drawings, you're going to reread all of your notes, and you're going to have a whole idea of what 2022 was for you and what you expect of 2023.
That is beautiful.
The ritual.
Yeah, I like it. I like it, and I think I'm definitely going to do it this year, because I remember that one year I was learned from Melanie. I did that year, and by next year I just totally forget it. And it was so interesting. Is when you mentioned about what are you doing on the 1st January of 2022? I just like I can't remember. I was like, try harder. Must be you doing something. Are you partying? Are you doing something? Then I suddenly realized, no, I wasn't partying. I was very sick at that time. That was the second time. That was the second time I caught a COVID.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And that was
also,
my 2021 to 2022. I don't want it again.
What you can do, what I did the few times I did this, I only did it once, to be honest. So what I did was to look at the transits, because we're astrologers.
Yes.
So after the meditation and everything, what I did was to look at the transits of January 22 and then look at the transits of January 23 and compare. But be careful with this, because if you're trying to make it more intuitive, and more like to see what comes up. If you go into transits, you go into your mind, into your mental.
Yes.
So it's a little bit tricky. So I started doing that, and then on the 4th night or something, I decided to stop looking at the transits.
Yeah, I agree. I think usually when astrologer reading the chart, the mind will just go through the chart, and then it's not intuitive anymore. It becomes analytical, and then some astrology could be intuitive, but for me, it would be stuff like, oh, why is here, and what does it mean, and what is how does that have impact on us? But I think I quite like with what you say, prepare an image, or even just the symbol of a sign, and then also with a notebook, you write it down the things or drawing. I think it would be very, very helpful, for you to reflect what happened this year, and then what you're planning, what is your wish, to go into, you're going to focus your energy on. And I really love this kind of ritual, especially in between the year. One is look back, one is look forward. It's like Janus, the Roman god.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, that's why January come from, right? That's the name January come from. One is look Janus. It's like a Janus, stay in the border. One look back in the past, and one look in the future. That's Janus, and then with January, the meaning of January is coming like this. So it's so beautiful, and I like you put the end of the date in the 6th of January. Because I think that's a very different culture between Hispanic and Spanish culture with the English speak culture, because I know on the 6th of January is very important celebration in the Roman Catholic Church, also in the Spanish world, because I think it's the three magic kings
Exactly.
day. So
Yeah.
and on that day, kids love that day because it's more like Christmas. Usually, it's a more like Christmas on that day, right?
So for Spain, in
Yeah,
Spain, not in
yeah,
Argentina, but in Spain,
yeah,
the Epiphany's night is more important. So
yeah,
the
yeah.
day that the kings arrive to give the presents to the Christ
To
is more
Trakai. So
important. Yes.
so they usually like I think I heard my friends say, "Well, my God, are you going to give them a gift on Christmas evening and then on Christmas and on the 6th of January you have given them another gift."
Yes, because now in Spain, because of I guess it's probably because American culture is
Yes,
expanding so much. So now in Spain, also Christmas is starting to become very important. So now they have to give
yeah.
important presents on both dates.
But I like that they hold that 6th of January as a special, a precious things, and everyone celebrate. Like I remember the first time I noticed that was through you. You sent a photo as when you were working, and the people dress
Ah,
up.
yes, when I was at
And
the
I
on
love
the
that
on the
picture. I
plane.
said, it's so yes, and it's so sweet. And that was the first time I noticed the differences and how important it is in Spain. And then the 1 year I was there, well, I get a cold. They say because you're a naughty boy, so you didn't get a gift. You
Yeah.
get a
So
yeah,
what happens is that if you didn't behave, you get a piece
yeah.
of coal instead of
Yeah,
getting
you
a
bet
gift.
a little
Yes.
cool. I love that one. That's my call. You couldn't take it away
You get
now.
Saturn.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't mind. As Aquarius, I don't mind get
Yeah.
started. If you give me started, I will treasure it.
Yeah, and once it's true, Saturn you can turn into treasure. What
Yeah,
Rod's also saying, I was working as a flight attendant before,
yeah,
so once I had to bring the three kings of the East on the
yeah,
plane. So all
yeah.
of the children in the airport were waiting because they knew that
Really?
after this plane, the kings would go down. So the three kings dressed up as the three kings, the
Mm-hmm.
three wise kings of the
Yeah,
East, they were there
yeah,
on the plane, and we opened the door, and all of the children saw them getting off the plane, it
yeah,
was in Granada, coming to
yeah.
Granada so they could give their children their present. It was beautiful, yes.
It's beautiful, and I like this. It's so cute. It's not just. It's not just like, hey, give me that gift.
Yeah. In Argentina, the
Uh-huh.
Epiphany's night is considered the day of the astrologer
Yes, I
because the
heard
wise
about that.
kings were astrologers. They were following the star of Bethlehem.
I,
They were reading the
I
signs in the sky, right?
Yeah, I also heard about Lin talking about Lin Bell. Lin Bell mentioned that when I first time. I think there's a one time I visit her on 6th of January, and she said, "Do you know today is astrologer's day?" I said, you know, I'm totally part of. I used to learn a little bit from the Roman Catholic Church, but all the link between astrology and this kind of thing, I have no idea until they teach me that. So now, like some astrologer, like there are two different dates. There's a one day on the 21st of March. They like call it
Mhm.
International Astrologer Day, IAD or something. But to be honest, I prefer this beautiful. I mean, 21st of March is beautiful because it's sun in Aries. It's a spring equinox or you say Aries ingress.
Mhm.
Important date for astrologer. Lovely. Choose that day. It's the International Astrology Day. But also, I like this like a 6th of January because it's astrologer find the baby Jesus. It's a three astrologer looking in the sky, and the three kings. I remember. I think you probably heard about the Benedict Brady talking about that. She
Yes.
went down to the Star of Bethlehem. She discussed about the origin, the idea in astrology meaning or astronomy meaning about the Star of Bethlehem, and also what does that three king mean? Some astrologers say three king is a Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, and I think
Yeah. It's
that
great.
is
You can see this talk. It's in the Aquarius 7 YouTube. You can still see it.
okay.
It's for free on the
Okay,
Aquarius 7 YouTube.
okay, I will find the link and post it if our audience are interested about that. I will put the link here because it would be so beautiful to learn this kind of season, this Christmas and like three wise men are related to astrology, and the Star of Bethlehem related to astrology, meaning would be so beautiful and enriched. You don't need to argue with other people, but this is your part of your belief, and it does tell you how astrology so important for the ancient people. They use it as a calendar. They write everything down as a story. Like I mean, when I study the fixed stars, when I study the night skies, and I just realized those Greek mythology is helping me to locate the constellation. So that means if I know the story of Cassiopeia, Perseus, Pegasus, and Andromeda, and the Thetis, and the sea monster, or Kraken they call it, then through the story I know they are same group and they are in the same part of sky. They are one next to each other. They never far away. Then the story of Hercules and his 12 labor, exactly the same. The constellation of Hercules would be very close to Vega, and Otter, and the Cygnus, the swan, and the three birds with arrow, or just right above the arrow or something. Or the story about how Zeus become an eagle to hijack, to kidnap the Ganymede, become Aquarius, because the constellation of Aquila, the eagle, was right above Aquarius. It tells you the story of the sky. So that helped me to memorize where I'm going to find another constellation. So all these stories are so beautiful. Okay, and yes, our friends sorry say, oh, interesting. I didn't know the three kings are Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn. Yeah, I think I remember some astrologer talk about this also. I think Benedict Brady mentioned some because some astrologer talking about the triple conjunction of Mars, Saturn, Jupiter is one possibility, and even some say because it's rising from east, so from the east, rising from the east sky. So the three wise men come from the east. Is the three planets come from east? That anyway, I don't know. I just know very little about this, but it's very nice to know that.
Yeah, it's very nice. I saw the talk last year, I think, or the year before. I don't remember now. So I don't remember everything she said, but I think I remember it was super interesting.
It is. So as Alejo said, it's on the Astrology 7.
Aquarius 7.
Aquarius 7. It's on Aquarius 7. So go to search on it. I will try to help people to find it. Okay. So thank you, Alejo. Sorry.
No, I was going to say for the ritual. So I tried to do it twice, but only once I finished it. So the first time I didn't finish it. I didn't do all the days. So my advice would be, that's why I made an emphasis on make it simple. If you make it too complicated, it's going to be hard to keep up with it, especially by the end of the year. Most of us are not going to go isolate ourselves to do the ritual. We have a lot of meetings and things to do.
Yes.
So keep it simple. If it's only 10 minutes a day, it's enough.
I think so.
Just give it the time to put the intention, and it doesn't have to be something complicated. The first time I tried to do it, I tried to do it to say like 1 hour a day to do the ritual. And in the end, I stopped, I don't remember now, on the 7th day, I think, on the 6th or 7th day, like halfway done. And, it's like I was like doing stuff and everything. I was like, when is the proper time to have just 1 hour?
Yeah.
And it became complicated.
Okay.
So keep it simple. My advice is keep it simple so you can do it.
Yeah, that's true. Usually, I mean, any project is like this.
Exactly.
Even I don't want to say that. It sounds very harsh, but some students usually is like they have a great vision of astrology. They want to do this and that. They want to do everything in the day one or year one, and end up they despair from month 6 or something. It's like, no, I couldn't continue. Yeah, but some people just like, oh, I just like take easy step by step, take
But I
slow
mean,
things, slow things.
it's also like with the consultations. Most
Yeah,
clients will come to the consultation once.
yeah,
Some of them will start coming more often. Some of them they want
yeah,
to repeat a lot. But
yeah,
the majority they will do the consultation once. Maybe they will repeat the consultation in a year.
yeah,
These kind of things, right?
yeah,
So, like even for this, it's like if you
hmm,
try to go too complex, you're not
yeah,
going to get anything. You need to make
yeah,
sure you come back with what is the basic, what is
hmm,
where is this chart standing on, and
hmm,
that's what you need to give them on the first
yeah,
consultation. Then if there's
yeah,
another consultation, you go deeper and deeper and deeper.
hmm,
But if you try to go deep from the beginning,
hmm,
it's not going to work. And I think this is
yeah,
the same thing. If you try to do too much, the Ayurvedic, they have this
yeah,
saying, which is amazing, which says this the not the simpler, the less effort, the less
uh-huh,
effort, the greater the result.
mm,
And I think it's
hmm,
a wonderful idea. Of
yeah,
course, it doesn't apply to everything 100%,
yeah,
but
yeah,
as the concept, the idea of not pushing it too much, do
hmm,
what you can, do what you
yeah,
know you will be able to do.
yeah, yeah. That is so nice to share this with us. Thank you, Alejo, and really, this bring the beautiful Mary back with the study with Melanie. Maybe we should contact her and invite her to give a talk or something. That would be lovely. That would be so interesting to have her and to share all these things together. Thank you, Alejo, and especially really for me and for this channel, you are the soul of it. You
No,
bring,
please, thank you.
yeah, you're so important. And so, and we will still recording our 10 minutes astrology and we will continue. So please give us a feedback and please join our group, 10 minutes astrology on Facebook. So we can share our idea and we will have our special event once we have 1,000 subscribers. Not far, really. It will be very quickly because I think every week I will get 10 or 12 or 20. So wish us good luck when we go to the 1,000. We will have an interesting event to share our happiness with all our audience and the subscriber. So thank you for watching Astro Night Live. I mean, our first Astro Night Live was starting in the February, and we still continue doing it. I'm quite glad, for both of us. It's a
Yes.
very important achievement. Thanks everyone's support, and thanks Alejo, and thank myself too. I think I made it. Yeah.
Yes, thank you,
So
Rod. Thank you for creating this space.
thank you very much. And well, for everyone, I will see you next week. Okay. And also tomorrow, very important. Tomorrow, Fernanda, I are going to talk about Pluto in Aquarius, a new era, and join with Lin Bell talking about the Pisces in Saturn. And then after that, both of them will have a conversation between the two. So if you are interested in both subjects and you haven't enrolled yet, I already put the link here, and then click it and then enroll with us tomorrow, 1 p.m. UK time. Join us. So I think last time we have Dr. Jaylee Lehman and the dialogue with Mandy Leclerc. That was a fantastic.
Ah,
So, and then the next one would be I think is the 14th, if I remember. Is
yeah,
the
January.
14th of January would be Alejo and Darby Costello. And that
Yes.
would be even more interesting. I'm really looking forward Alejo to join us. The last one will be 25th of February. And Christine Skinner joined with Liam McCrafty, another our usual guest of our channel. So that would be so interesting to see all these different astrologers talking about the Pluto in Aquarius. But tomorrow, don't miss it. Okay, just click the link there. Okay, thank you everyone, and stay in tune. See you next week. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Thank you, Alejo. Bye. Ciao.